Reynier Mena of Cuba runs 19.63 in the 200 at Le Champ de France in Switzerland. Huge personal best for the 25-year-old. He came in with a PB of 20.04, which is a huge improvement on his lifetime best coming into the season, where he was basically 20.2, 20.3 guy for several years. He's run some youth stuff, run some junior stuff, and posted some good results. But this is a huge breakthrough when you look at his time compared to the rest of the all-time list. It is in a place notorious for incredibly fast times. Le Champ de France, high altitude, and even when you do the conversions, it still pans out to a very quick time. We've had some good performances in the 200 from guys that we haven't necessarily been talking about all year, haven't seen on the Diamond League circuit a ton. Like Solo Adams a few weeks ago from South Africa ran fast, and now we have Maina running a quick time. He was also under 10 seconds in the 100 in this race, going 9.99. What do you think? What do you think his chances are heading into World Championships? At the very least, even if you're thinking, all right, you got to do a bunch of conversions and it's not going to pan out to anything, at the very least, he's running well at the right time, which is not something you can say for every single athlete in the world right now.
When you ask the question, what do I think his chances are? What do you mean by that question? Chances of what?
Well, he's run 1963, so I'm not asking him to run 1963 again. Can he medal? Can he make the
No,
final?
probably not.
No
I don't
final.
know. I'm turning into like, this is great. It's a great performance, but you got to do it twice before I even read the performance. Like, I just need two elite marks before I go into the category of considering you at the global level. You know, because I mean,
What if
2004. I mean, that's something, but I don't know. I feel like I need two sub 20s to believe in your ability to perform at the world championship level. So right now, he is still NA in my opinion, not applicable. Not applicable. It's a hard word to say. Applicable. I'm sorry. Just
you
he's an
got there?
NA. No mark. No yet. I mean, it is good, right? I mean, you don't wake up and run 1963. Just it's not normal, right? So it is an impressive feat, but you know, the way our
Well, let me
sport
ask you
runs
this.
is these one-off impressive feats aren't ever really enough to supplant yourself as one of the contenders in the world, because there's people who do it, you know, have been doing it over the years. They've been doing it multiple times throughout the season, and just a one fast race isn't going to be enough for me. So
Fair. But when you look at the rankings of this season and you take out Americans who aren't going to be competing at the World Championships, even before this 1963, his 20.04, where do you think that ranked him in the world?
where is what 20.04 ranked him when you take out Americans?
Yeah,
It's probably pretty good. It's probably top 8, right?
12. So when you're saying he can't make the final, I think he would have been in contention to make a final even before running 1963. So I definitely think he can make a final. Medal, I think, is an obvious stretch. But I think, who do you feel great about in the final? 4 Americans you feel good about. DeGrasse has got to get it together. Again, I'm not counting him out. Van Belay you'd put in there. Jerome Richards has run 19.8 this year. Aaron Brown's in the mix. Jerome Blake. But he's right there. He could get a lane in the final.
Yeah, you're talking me into it. You're talking to me into him getting a lane.
I do agree with you, though. The one crazy performance out of nowhere in a place that's famous for producing insane one-off performances is worth taking into account. And you're not as good as like your one performance, because when Knighton ran 1949 at LSU, I said, hey, that's probably going to be the world lead this year. He could still win the world title. I just don't think that time is gonna be beat this year, and I think was it after the first round? Someone asked Knight and Eugene what the winning time would be or what he'd need to run to get the
Yeah, I
winning
did.
to win. Oh,
That
was
was
it
my question.
Gordon Mack? I'm quoting your own question back to you. How does that feel?
Feels good.
I'm like those people on Twitter, like, "Did you even read the research?" And the person's like, "I literally did the research. You're quoting my own study back to me." But didn't he say, since you were there, he didn't say he needed to run a 1949. Didn't he say
No,
6 or 7 or something? And he ended up being right.
19.6. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think 5 will definitely win it in Eugene. So it's not even as if M Mana needs to run 63 again to be in the medal picture. It's just a question of whether or not he can do it.
Hey, but it's cool. It's cool to have more people than just the Americans. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to believe in Adams and Mena because they're kind of coming out of nowhere, running these one-off fast marks. You know,
Yeah. It's a
it's
PB
unfortunate, but you gotta. It's a
party.
prove it to me type moment. Like they need to maybe go make the world championship final, get like fifth or sixth there, and then next year we look at them as like true contenders to medal. You know, they're a year away in my mind.
Yeah. I remember a few years ago it was McWalla who ran some crazy time there, and everyone's
Yeah,
like, "Wait, what?" And then you put it into the calculators, and calculators are inexact as well too. Altitude calculators, not actual calculators. Don't throw out your TI 83 kids. They're still good, but wind, altitude, all that other stuff, you can never get the exact correct picture of what it means. That's why people race at the same place at the same time. Dr. Almeida, journalism student at the University of Havana, who covers track and field, he posted a little while ago athletes of Cuban nationality who are classified by marks or rankings to World Championships in Eugene, but will not compete to the national team or by personal decision. And he lists Juan Miguel Echeverria, the long jumper, Reynier Mena, the guy who just ran the 200, and then a bunch of other athletes in there as well. So it looks like Maina will not be competing
guy runs
in Eugene.
19.6 and then he's not going to worlds. Our sport is fucking dumb.
Well, okay. See, now you were doing good until
That's dumb. And
56.
that's dumb. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, no, there's other. I
Call
think there's other stuff go. There's been a lot of athletes changing allegiance, going from Cuba to Portugal throughout the past couple of years. So I don't know what's going. There's been a long record of Cuban athletes not competing for Cuba or being held out of the championships. I don't know if this is necessarily a track specific thing.
yeah,
Listen,
but it's
I
still
get it.
happening.
Track
Guy
track
runs
does
19.6.
yeah, track does keep home very good people because selectors make strange decisions. I don't know if that's the situation here.